So I make difference. So I will be different. You know.
Is it recording now?
Uh-huh.
Oh. Tagalog?
Tagalog, yes. Tagalog and English. I'm trying my best. Okay. Magandang araw sa lahat. So, magandang araw po sa lahat. Magandang araw po sa lahat. Mabuhay.
Mabuhay.
Say mabuhay.
Mabuhay.
Ayan. So, ayan, magbabasa kami ni Yaffa. Yan, pangalan ng anak ko ay Yaffa. Yan, magbabasa kami. Babasahin namin ay 2 chapter lang. Kasi may baby ako. Maiinipin to at magiging magulo. So, 2 chapter. Genesis 30 verse 25. Okay? So, sabayan nyo kami kung gusto lang ninyo. Yan. Jacob is denied permission to depart. And it came to pass when Rachel had born Joseph, that Jacob said unto Laban, Send me away, that I may go unto mine own place, and to my country. Give me my wives and my children, for whom I have served thee, and let me go. For thou knowest my service which I have done thee. 27. And Laban said unto him, I pray thee, if I have found favor in thine eyes, tarry, for I have learned by experience that the Lord hath blessed me for thy sake. And he said, Appoint me thy wages, and I will give it. And he said unto him, Thou knowest how I have served thee, and how thy cattle was with me. For it was little which thou hadst before I came, and it's now increased unto multitude, and the Lord hath blessed thee since my coming, and now when shall I provide for mine own house also? And he said, What shall I give thee? And Jacob said, Thou shalt not give me anything, if thou wilt do this thing for me. I will gain, feed, and keep thy flock. I will pass through all thy flock today, removing from hence all the speckled and spotted cattle, and all the brown cattle among the sheep, and the spotted and speckled among the goats, and of such shall be my hire. So shall my righteousness answer for me, and time to come, when it shall come for my hire before thy face. Everyone that is not speckled and spotted among the goats, and brown among the sheep, that shall be counted stolen with me. And Laban said, Behold, I would it might be according to thy word. And he removed that day that he goats that were ring-streaked and spotted, and all the she goats that were speckled and spotted, and every one that had some white in it, and all the brown among the sheep, and gave them into the hand of his sons. And he said, 3 days' journey between himself and Jacob fed the rest of Laban's flocks. Jacob's policy whereby he become rich. Wow, yumaman siya. And Jacob took him rods of green poplar, and of the hazel and chestnut tree, and piled white stake in them, and made the white appear, which was in the rods. And he set the rods which he had piled before the flocks in the gutters in the watering through, when the flocks came to drink, and that they should conceive when they came to drink. And the flocks conceived before the rods, and brought forth cattle ring-streaked, and speckled and spotted. And Jacob did separate the lambs, and set the faces of the flocks towards the ring-streak, and all the brown in the flock of Laban. And he put his own flocks by themselves, and put them not unto Laban's cattle. And it came to pass, whensoever the stronger cattle did conceive, that Jacob laid the rods before the eyes of the cattle in the gutters, that they might conceive among the rods. But when the cattle were feeble, he put them not in So the feebler were Laban's, and the strongest Jacob's. And the man increased exceedingly, and had much cattle, and maidservant, and menservant, camels, and asses. Jacob leaves Laban secretly. And he heard the words of Laban's son, saying, Jacob had taken away all that was our father's, and of that which was our father's had he gotten all this glory. And Jacob beheld the countenance of Laban, and behold, it was not toward him as before. And the Lord said unto Jacob, Return unto the land of thy fathers, and to thy kindred, and I will be with thee. And Jacob sent and called Rachel and Leah to the field unto his flock, and said unto them, I see your father's countenance, that it is not toward me as before, but the God of my father had been with me. And yet know that with all my power I have served your father, and your father had deceived me, and changed my wages 10 times. But God suffered him not to hurt me. And he said, Thus the speckled shall be thy wages. Then all the cattle bear speckled. And if he said thus, the ring straight shall be the hire, then bear all the cattle ring straight. Those God had taken away the cattle of your father, and given them to me. And it came to pass that the time that the cattle conceived, that I lifted up mine eyes, and saw in a dream, and behold, the rams which leaped upon the cattle were ring straight, speckled, and gristled. And the angel of God spake unto me in a dream, saying, Jacob. I said, Here am I. And he said, Lift up now thine eyes, and see all the rams which leaped upon the cattle, or ring strike, and speckled, and gristled, for I have seen all that Laban doeth unto thee. I am the God of Bethel, where thou anointedst the filler, where thou vowedst a vow unto me. Now arise, get thee out from this land, and return unto the land of thy kindred, or kindred. And Rachel and Leah answered and said unto him, Is there yet any portion or inheritance for us in our father? Is there yet any portion or inheritance for us in our father's house? Are we not counted of him strangers? For he had sold us, and had quite devoured also our money. For all the riches which God had taken from our father, that is ours and our children's. Now then, whatsoever God had sent unto thee, do. Then Jacob rose up and said his son,
Bless you, Mama.
Bless you, Bob. Then whatsoever God had said unto thee, do. Then Jacob rose up and set his son and his wives upon camels, and he carried away all his cattle and all his goods which he had gotten, the cattle of his getting which he had gotten in Padam Aram, for to go to Isaac father in the land of Canaan. And Laban went to shear his sheep, and Rachel had stolen the images that were her father's. And Jacob stole away unawares to Laban's the Syrian, in that he told him not that he fled. So he fled with all that he had, and he rose up and passed over the river, and set his face toward the mount of Gilead. And it was told Laban unto the 3rd day that Jacob was fled. And he took his brethren with him, and pursued after him 7 days' journey, and they overtook him in the mount of Gilead. And God came to Laban the Syrian in a dream by night, and said unto him, Take heed that thou speak not to Jacob either good or bad. Then Laban overtook Jacob. Now Jacob had pitched his tent in the mounts, and Laban with his brethren pitched in the mounts of Gilead. And Laban said to Jacob, What hast thou done, that thou hast stolen away unawares to me, and carried away my daughters as captives taken with the swords? Wherefore didst thou flee away secretly, and steal away from me, and didst not tell me, that I might have sent thee away with mirth and with songs, with tabret and with harp? And hast not suffered me to kiss my sons and my daughters, that hast now done foolishly in so doing. It is the power of my hand to do you hurt, but the God of your father spake unto me yesternight, saying, Take thou heed that thou speak not to Jacob, either good or bad. And now though thou wouldest needs be gone, because thou sore longest after thy father's house, yet wherefore hast thou stolen my gods? And Jacob answered and said to Laban, Because I was afraid, for I said, Peradventure thou wouldest take by force in thy daughters from me. With whatsoever thou findest thy gods, let him not live, before our brethren discern thou what is done with me, and take it to thee. For Jacob knew not that Rachel had stolen them. And Laban went into Jacob's tents, and into Leah's tent, and into the two maidservants' tents, but he found them not. Then went he out of Leah's tent, and he entered into Rachel's tent. Now Rachel had taken the images, and put them in the camel's furniture, and sat upon them. And Laban searched all the tent, but found them not. And she said to her father, Let it not displease my lord, that I cannot rise up before thee, for the custom of woman is upon me. And he searched, but found not the images. Amen. So, kita nyo, natapos na natin. We're ending the 2 chapters of Genesis 30 to 31st. So, nasabi ko lang dun sa chapter na yon, sadyang may mga tao nung panahon na yon talagang may kasakiman, at talagang ang Diyos ay gumagalaw ng mga panahon na yon. Well, hanggang dito na lang. Patuloy po tayong manalangin at ingatan niyo po ang inyong mga anak at magtiwala sa Panginoong Diyos. Sa panahon ngayon, marami talagang challenges na darating sa buhay natin, pero kakayanin natin kung tayo nagtitiwala sa Panginoong Diyos. Dahil ang Ama at si Jesus Christ, dahil si Ahaya and Elshaya ay ang gagabay sa atin, at siya ang magtuturo sa atin kung ano yung ating mga gagawin. Just stick to the word. Ang Bible po ay literal, hindi po siya parable, kasi kung parable po, sasabihin po niya na parable po, pero may mga word doon na sasabihin niya na this is a parable. Hindi po. Merong parable, meron pong literal. At karaniwan po sa ang Biblia ay literal. Ito po ay literal. So, ituro nyo po sa mga anak nyo, hindi pa po huli ang lahat. Tulungan po natin ng mga bata na makilala ang ating Savior at ang ating Ama, nang sa ganon umayos po ang kanilang buhay. Yun lang po. Say mabuhay, Filipinos!
Mabuhay, Filipino.
Mabuhay kayo!
Mabuhay kayo.
Sabihin mo, Yada Ahaya!
Haya.
Yay!
I want